We had another monster play in Demarcus Robinson, who's benefiting greatly lately, Steve, of Cooper Kupp coming back on the field, of Puka Nacua coming back on the field. I was in Seattle to see Matthew Stafford with his 46th game-winning drive, a walk-off touchdown pass. Run me through the catch, because I think you believe it's a better route than a catch.
I think it's a better route. Let's go ahead and hit that play with Demarcus Robinson. Great route, excellent catch.
Tell me about the left arm, Steve.
The left arm, a little, little nudge.
Gave him one of these real quick.
Little chicken wing, you know what I'm saying? Drum, bow. Catching it, it's not, as long as you don't extend, you're all right. He didn't extend, adjusted well to the football. The Demarcus Robinson that we're seeing in the Los Angeles Rams has been the type of player that we expected out of him to perform when he was in Kansas City. Went to Baltimore, didn't really have the stellar year that you would anticipate, but he's really became that complete receiver, doing a really good job down in the Los Angeles Rams, and it's pretty cool to watch him play some really talented football, becoming a complete wide receiver. Some people would say, they just didn't have enough room for him. Things like that, I always say, they love you so much, they let you go. They always find a way, but allowing him to go to the Los Angeles Rams, I think that will extend his career and show that he's a well-rounded wide receiver, and I expect more and more plays that they get more and more comfortable with Puka Nacua being out with injuries or getting, kicked out of the game for the ticky-tack, but some of the injuries that they sustain, I would expect he will continue to add to this. Tutu Atwell hasn't really kind of found his place. And so DeMarcus Robinson is really coming on, kind of like with Woods, how Woods really came on for the Los Angeles Rams back then as well. So he would transition from when he was in Buffalo to become the great player he was with the Rams, and now he's obviously with Houston helping those young guys come along.
Yeah, and he's needed in Houston right now where they stand at the wide receiver position. A couple of notes being at this game, Steve, and I love what you touched on, because I love that, some people kind of, reporters are asking DeMarcus Robinson the last couple of weeks, how much are you benefiting from the return of Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua? And he's like, I think I'm a pretty good receiver in my own right. Like, he's trying to make sure, like, hey, I can still make plays on my own. Like, I can still make plays, which I think is a great mentality.
He's making plays.
And he's making them. And Matthew Stafford told us in the locker room the same thing. He was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, this guy's a really good receiver.
Yes, he is.
And he said, this is the best part about this play, Steve. When he went to the line of scrimmage, Matthew Stafford had no intention that he was ever going to throw this ball, this deep corner here. Like, he never thought that was going to be the case, but it ends up being an all-out zero blitz. And what ends up really freeing this up is Cooper Kupp on the edge and hitting the block to let Stafford roll out and get out into space before he makes the throw to DeMarcus Robinson. And why I think the Rams are really on to something right now, Steve, is they stopped him. Obviously, a D-line that is so young, so talented, and are starting to play really, really well. All first and second year guys. Gets a 3rd and 1 and a 4th and 1 stop down there in the red zone in overtime. And what ends up happening, I think this is really telling. Matthew Stafford goes 4 plays, 83 yards, for a walk-off, without targeting Cooper Kupp once. Yeah. He didn't even look his way.
Well, he already had like 10 or 11 catches.
He had 11 for 106. He had 11 for 106.
Yeah, so it's you got to show the defense and the next week team that, yes, Cooper's going to get his catches, but he's also, other guys are going to show up and play well. And also, too, let's go ahead and put this man, Reek Woolen. Hey, bro.
Did you go with your granny-ass glasses?
Yeah, I need something better out of you, Reek. I'm expecting. I know what kind of player you are. I do not want to see other wide receivers making plays on you. You're too gifted, too talented, too fast. Wingspan. Your wingspan is larger than a 747. Come on, baby. You got to make these plays. You got to, because if you don't, I know Coach Mike McDonald. He ain't going to keep tolerating that now.